Hello and welcome to another Warcrafty audio commentary. Today we're going to be watching a 2v2 best of 5 for CTL, and let's go ahead and introduce our players. We're going to have the bottom team spawning in as the pink night elf in the lower left. That's going to be LawLiet. His ally going to be spawning in as the pink orc in the lower right. That's going to be eMaL. And up top for the top team, we do have both players in the clan Cherry. You may have heard of them. They are an Asian clan. They're not a league team, but they are a clan, so don't mistake them for a league. But we do have Cherry SAGA spawning as the blue night elf in the upper right, and his ally going to be Cherry Destroyu spawning as the blue undead in the upper left. So let's go ahead and take a quick look at the strategies or the opening builds we're going to be seeing from each player. We're going to see LawLiet going with a Demon Hunter right off the bat, doing just a Moonwell and Altar build. No other buildings to be seen in his base currently. Over here for his teammate eMaL, going to be seeing a fairly standard Blade Master Grunt coming out with that shop timing, going to come out having the shop finish around the time that Blade Master pops out, so you can go ahead and sell his TP and pick up some regeneration items. That does indicate, just from these two guys, from their buildings, that we're going to probably be seeing some sort of a dual harass strategy, and that's why you get the early shop. Let's see over here, we're going to see a Hunter's Hall and an Ancient of War being placed down by LawLiet. Double Ancient of War, so we're going to see some serious hunts coming in from LawLiet. Over here for SAGA, we do see that he just popped out his Priestess of the Moon. And up here we do see him doing a Hunter's Hall as well as a single Ancient of War. So also going to be going for Huntress's build. We might be seeing a later second Ancient of War. He is getting that early fast Ancient of War just in case the Blade Master comes and tries to cancel his buildings perhaps. At least that's what I would assume. It looks like that. And over here we can see it looks like now the Demon Hunter is going to be chasing this Priestess of the Moon around the map. And where is that Blade Master? Right here. Going to go ahead and pull these creeps out and buy a circlet from there. Going to go ahead and see him creeping very aggressively right outside of Saga's base. And let's see, LawLiet not going to be able to really do too much harass with this Priestess of the Moon with that Demon Hunter on top of him. And over here we can tell Destroyu going with a fairly standard Fiend build play here. He is of course going to just start creeping out. He doesn't really need to go to his teammates and help right now because of course Saga's base isn't under any danger. And here we do see Saga going with that second Ancient of War. This is a slightly more inefficient way to go about the Huntress build. If you see over here, you can see this is more efficient. As you can see, pumping that what's his name, LawLiet is pumping out double Huntresses right now from two Ancient of Wars, but the difference is that, like I said earlier, it's a more risky build because the buildings take longer to go up, or there's like a delay in the time where they go up, and that is a problem in case you do get dual hero harassed with an early grunt or something. It does so much damage that they can just cancel your buildings and really just apply just non-stop pressure from tier 1 on, and it really messes with the undead's creeping pattern as well. So definitely the proper response or the proper build from Saga in my opinion. And over here we can see now that the Destroyer trying to creep out this camp, going to have a Demon Hunter coming in here and attempting to do some harass on these fiends, burning the Death Knight. Gonna have that Blade Master now coming in here as well. Death Knight at level 2, Blade Master hitting level 2 as well. And right there, gonna see Destroyu being forced to retreat from this creep camp, actually using a town portal right off the bat. Two Huntresses is that Demon Hunter and a Blade Master coming in to jack him at that creep camp, going to be able to do that. So much damage in the early game that you just have to get out of that fight. Though a good item being picked up by Destroyu, it is a Talisman of Evasion. It will definitely help with the amount of physical damage that's going to be dealt from the Demon Hunter and from the Blade Master. They both attack very fast and definitely are the type of heroes that might be right-clicking on your Death Knight. So definitely really nice to have that item. Now we're gonna go ahead and see Destroyu trying to creep out his natural null camp right here. We do have LawLiet coming in behind him for the creep jack, although Destroyu definitely gonna be able to get at least one of those creeps safely. Now we're gonna see that 3 Huntresses is gonna force the 3 Fiends back a little bit as the Fiends regroup into a better position. We do have 2 more Huntresses coming into this fight for LawLiet as LawLiet decides to finish off the second level 3 null. And there's still a level 5 null overseer right there. We do have a Wisp right there from LawLiet. Maybe going to see some Destroyu trying to do a little bit of harass on that Wisp. Not going to be able to kill it, I don't think. Doesn't have enough time life, and of course that Wisp will just run away. But we'll see. Maybe it did have enough time left. I'm not sure. It would have been close. But either way, of course, the Wisp did just run away into safety. We do see now Destroyu basically sitting in his base. Doesn't really want to try to fight this Huntress army. It's a very large army. Over here in eMaL's base, you can see he is now tier 2. Trying to defend this Huntress harass, as his Huntresses are trying to take out these burrows and peons, mainly the peons, I think. As you can see, there's a bunch of dead bodies right there, maybe 2, maybe 3, and those are peons. I don't think that any Huntresses have died, because it would have been senseless for a Huntress to die. Of course, they can just shadow meld, and there was no dust on that Blade Master, so it probably did not happen. And there's a lot of Huntresses out on the map right now for Saga. And how many grunts are 4 grunts? So I don't think eMaL lost any grunts. So I'm not really sure what this particular corpse is. Maybe there was like a bestiary being built right there that got canceled, and the peon been picked off. And that is a possibility. Back here we can see just another Huntress in the base. Over here we can see that's eMaL now creeping out his natural null camp right there. LawLiet still with a bunch of Huntresses right here, a huge Huntress army with that Demon Hunter. Will we see now Destroyu trying to finally push out of his base now that he has Saga to help support him with it. Saga's Huntresses and Priestess of the Moon, which of course does have True Shot Aura at level 1. Just adding a massive metric ton of damage. As you can see, each one of these fiends taking +3 damage, and each one of these Huntresses taking +2 damage from that aura. Of course, that Priestess of the Moon going to be a very powerful target. You go ahead and see that the Demon Hunter from LawLiet has been surrounded, being forced to Staff of Teleportation out of there. Not a big loss for the Demon Hunter, of course, just a little bit worse on the harass now. eMaL having his Blade Master revealed. That Blade Master is level 3, but with the dust on him, he is going to be forced to run away from there. There's so much damage in this Huntress Fiend army right here, especially with that Priestess of the Moon again. Priestess of the Moon picking up a Potion of Greater Healing. It's a 500 hit point healing item, which is a great item to have, especially on a Priestess of the Moon, who's going to be very squishy and going to be a very likely first target for the Blade Master and the Demon Hunter to trying to chase around, because that aura, of course, is very deadly. The big issue about trying to target down the Priestess of the Moon, though, is that it's really hard to get the positioning on it. But as you can see, in some cases, it pretty much is handed to you. But in a larger fight, a lot of times Saga and Destroyu will be able to pretty much dictate their positioning, just because they have so much power in their ranged unit, and they do have ranged units, as well as the fact they have the Unholy Aura, which allows their army to move faster than their opponent's army, and that's definitely going to be a bonus for them. Just that Lich coming out right now in Destroyu's base, trying to defend a solo right now against all of these Huntresses and the LawLiet's Demon Hunter. Going to go ahead and see a Staff Teleportation in from the Death Knight. Gonna go ahead and Coil Nova one of those Huntresses down. About to hit tier 3 for this undead player, using those ghouls to do some damage to that Demon Hunter as it runs away. And maybe we'll see this Lich hanging around to pick up the Orb of Corruption here in a little bit, but he might not. No, gonna see the Death Knight be sent back to pick up the Orb of Corruption instead. Of course, he is a much faster hero than the Lich. Gonna pick up a Town Portal Scroll as well. And we do see over here I guess this is about the 4 o'clock, eMaL going ahead and creeping that 4 o'clock gold mine out with his Shadow Hunter, as well as the Blade Master. The Shadow Hunter is now almost level 2. It's about 70% of the way through. The Blade Master, of course, is level 3, about halfway through. And we do see now eMaL's army with 2 Raiders and 2 Grunts coming up here to harass Saga's base. Going to be able to pick off maybe at least 1 Moonwell. We'll see if he can pick off more with that Blade Master in the back. Gonna go ahead and kill an Ancient Protector that was being built, not a cancel. About to see one of these Moonwells going down. Over here at Destroyu's base, we do see is now tier 3, and here comes the LawLiet's Huntresses right-clicking, killing the shop. Of course, that's going to be an issue. Losing your shop is never a good thing, especially as an undead player. Who we do see Saga with a bunch of Wisps right here. 4 Wisps, as well as all of those Huntresses coming in here to defend this base for Destroyu. Over here we can see that Destroyu's army is actually defending Saga's base. We did see one of those Moonwells has died, and we see 2 more taking some serious damage, but not going to be in threat of dying right now, because eMaL has to back off a little bit. Cannot handle Destroyu's army at all. Here we do see Destroyu trying to repair up his Black Citadel. and using these ghouls as well as these huntresses to try to fight and see if he can start picking off some huntresses. 2 huntresses down. Might see a third one go down as LawLiet TP's out. Nope, the third one actually going to be saved with 1 life. Absolutely really good micro. Gonna go back to Saga's base. We do see eMaL coming back in, gonna pick off those 2 Moonwolves that were damaged, and now this could be a problem. Gonna see eMaL trying to speed scroll out, hexing the Death Knight, so his Death Knight cannot coil this Raider, otherwise would have been able to kill that Raider. Certainly might still be able to kill that Raider as he got blocked by his own units. Did see a healing scroll, healing salve being used on that Raider. Gonna go ahead and see 1 Lich attack. Not gonna be enough to kill him. Needs 1 more attack, but it did cancel the healing salve. We do see a ghoul from Destroyu over here on the side of the map. Not really sure what he's doing all the way out here. Did get ensnared and picked off. We'll go ahead and see a Spirit Walker now taking some focus fire. Might get goes into his ethereal form, but that's not going to help because he does just get coiled and killed. We do have a Cripploid out now, trying to go with an Impale on that low HP Raider. Not going to be quite enough to actually kill it. Unfortunately, that does mean he has a wasted Impale, and now he cannot get a really nice Impale off. However, we're going to go ahead and see a surround on one of those grunts, trying to go for the double surround. So maybe just going for some blocking now. Gave up the surround because he definitely wanted to try killing both of those grunts, and now it looks like those grunts have actually gotten to a better position. They might get away. Probably won't happen, but we could maybe see them get away. It could happen, and it looks like they actually are. So definitely not a wise choice to give up that surround in hopes of a better position. Now we do see eMaL running all the way back over to Saga's base. Saga is still trying to get these 2 Ancient Protectors up. They're both going to get canceled. One of them does get canceled, and will the second one get canceled as well? Yes, indeed. And we do see now a TP coming in from somebody. It looks like from Saga himself, TPing back to his base, and we do have, of course, LawLiet's army moving across the map. Looks like it might be trying to go to Destroyu's base. Destroyu in the middle of the map as well. Caught sight of LawLiet's army and going to run down a little bit just to try to fight that. We do see Saga now in a good spot with eMaL trying to run up here and maybe just fake out Saga. As you can see, the Blade Master coming around, scouting it out, seeing if it's safe, but all those huntresses were actually shadow melted at that point in time. So as this army moves in to try to get into position, those huntresses actually do see sight of them, and now they're going to chase these units down, trying to get surrounded, getting us around on one of the Raiders. Really nicely done. You can see just how much damage that does. Just 2 volleys really to take out those Raiders. And over here we can see Destroyu in LawLiet's base right now, doing a lot of damage, with now LawLiet running into Destroyu's base. And this is something that we commonly do see in 2v2s, and we actually see some Ancient Protectors going up in Saga's base. This time they should be able to go up because Saga's army is right here supporting them. But what I'm trying to say is what we do commonly see in these 2v2 types of games, we're going to actually go ahead and see eMaL TPing to his base, not wanting to take that fight. Of course, you can't beat those huntresses like that. And we just see, of course, Destroyu coming back to defend his base, not wanting to lose it to all these huntresses from LawLiet. Of course, Destroyu's army is much superior at this point to LawLiet's army. But what I was trying to say before I kept getting interrupted is that the thing you're going to see a lot and very commonly is a lot of base racing type of deals in 2v2, because if you can't fight the opponent's armies, if you can just split and attack both their bases at the same time, if you can do enough damage to force them to have to come back and retreat, if they're not in the right position to force you to go back to your base, then that's really the winning move, because you can't win with the direct fight, but you can win by taking advantage of map control and smart positioning. And that's what we're going to see. And eMaL now being forced to TP in his own base with that Shadow Hunter, actually going to be TPing over to LawLiet's base, and LawLiet's not trying to defend eMaL's base right now. LawLiet is actually on Destroyu's base, and Destroyu's base, with all these huntresses, it makes it impossible really to actually repair this building. Gonna go ahead and force a TP from Saga to deal with from Destroyu to deal with this push on his base, and also gonna force LawLiet to TP back to his own base because he didn't want to lose too many huntresses right there, and he would have. And I think he lost 1 or 2 just to the nukes right off the bat. And now we can see right here, Saga has shadow melted his entire army with eMaL and LawLiet right here on top of them, just sitting here waiting maybe to go pick up some dust. I'm not sure where, but we do see actually LawLiet putting down an expansion right here that has gone up, and 5 wisps are being built right now. And actually we're going to see a reveal right here from either eMaL or LawLiet 1 on Saga's units, but Destroyu actually comes in at the perfect timing to go ahead and start to force this fight. You're going to go ahead and see some Wind Riders are going to be webbed, 2 of them, and those are both going to die, and the Shadow Hunter has died as well. Going to go ahead and see a Huntress being picked off. And something we can say definitely right now, Destroyu and Saga have a massive and distinct advantage in terms of the armies, but LawLiet and eMaL doing their best to take the economic lead, which they could do because now they have this expansion that's about to be up and running. And there it is now, 3 of those wisps in that gold mine, 2 more about to be finished being built, and eMaL coming in here to try to force the base race on Destroyu's base. And also, of course, LawLiet as well. We do see now SAGA and Destroyu are in a good spot to do some damage to eMaL's base, but going to be forcing Destroyu to TP back. As you can see, he does come back and to force LawLiet to run away, and actually LawLiet's going to have to TP out because his Demon Hunter got caught in a bad spot, and now LawLiet going to lose a Raider, but pretty much going to be able to get away. And SAGA also TPing the Destroyu's base. Maybe not the best TP to Destroyu's base, but definitely just needing to get away from this base, as he's have taken down eMaL's Great Hall or Stronghold. I think it was a Stronghold, actually. Sorry about that. I keep my throat, I mean, a little bit dry. It's this medicine I'm on for the thing. It dries on my throat. But yeah, so anyway, that all aside, we do see now the eMaL going to go ahead and getting these Raiders, taking his 3 Raiders and Blade Master up here to SAGA's base. There is 3 Ancient Protectors there, but the Blade Master could tank those fairly easily, and it looks like that's what we're going to see happen. Of course, the Blade Master does have a 7.2 armor right there, so as you can see, not really going to be a problem. SAGA going ahead and microing those Ancient Protectors right onto these Raiders pretty much instantly. They're going to go ahead and see a Healing Scroll being used by eMaL to keep those Raiders alive, and down goes 2 of those Ancient Protectors. Third one is certainly going to go down as well. Over here in LawLiet's base, we do see Destroyu and SAGA's army both going to have a Kodo surrounded from eMaL. That Kodo will go down, and the Ancient Protector in LawLiet's base does go down to all this focus fire from the Undead player. Now they're trying to pick off this Ancient of War as well as these Moonwells, and maybe it's time to go for the main. Yes, indeed, they're going to go for the Tree of Life right now after they pick off this Moonwell as well. We'll have 2 concerted armies attacking that. So now it does look like LawLiet and eMaL are at distinct disadvantages all around, but SAGA actually going to have his main killed right there by eMaL. eMaL does have the Shadowhunter out at this point as well, so it's 3 Raiders, the Blade Master, and the Shadowhunter. And up here we can see that LawLiet's Huntress-based army, I think that's all that's left of his army. Oh, no, there's his Demon Hunter as well. Of course, the Demon Hunter does have a Scroll of Town Portal and a Scroll of Healing. Also has a Pair Up to Vitality and Gloves of Haste, so it's a pretty good Demon Hunter at level 3. He's going to go ahead and creep out this Goblin Laboratory. It's going to be an interesting choice to creep this out, because once this is crept, it's going to do a little bit of damage to this army from LawLiet's army, and that's really the issue. But of course, he does have that Scroll of Healing he can use. I'm going to go ahead and pick up a Tome of Experience from this, which is a nice item to get. And so I'm going to go ahead and buy a Sapper, which is, oh, that should be interesting, because he could do a lot of damage with his Sapper. If he can make it into just a complete base race, this could potentially win. And then we do see 3 Sappers coming in here from eMaL. Whoa, this could be a problem, because if Destroyu loses his main right here, they won't be able to TP back to it, and then there's going to be a lot of havoc being wrecked. I already see one of the Sappers actually pulling up, hitting the Demon Hunter as well, doing a little bit of damage to that, and trying to take out the Black Citadel being repaired at the same time. We do have Destroyu TPing back to his base. Will he be able to save it? It's going to be very close, but it looks like he's going to be able to save that Black Citadel. Really nicely done. Unfortunate for eMaL. LawLiet. That was kind of a last-ditch effort. He needed to get those Sappers to work. He needed to be able to buy time and to prevent, prevent and limit SAGA's and Destroyu's mobility. We do see now Destroyu trying to place down an expansion right here, but eMaL does go ahead and place that watchtower, very sneaky, and that watchtower actually, once that goes up, it will deny that expansion very easily. And at least it will force SAGA or Destroyu to go down there and deal with it. We're going to go ahead and see the Demon Hunter going down, and pretty much the rest of LawLiet's army going down as well. And this is LawLiet's last gold mine. They do have this base back kind of up and running for eMaL. It does need more peons at it severely. They are definitely suffering from a lack of gold. But if we look over here, that watchtower going to go ahead and force Destroyu to cancel both of the gold mine and the necropolis he was trying to build right there. And up here we can see Destroyu now trying to repair this Black Citadel back to full, just using 2 Acolytes right now. And in comes the Blade Master, as well as a ton of Raiders. Absolute ton of Raiders. That is 8 Raiders. 8 Raiders will do a ton of damage and could kill this Black Citadel fairly easy, but there is of course the problem of 2 Spirit Towers and a Nubian Tower as well, and now an incoming Town Portal. So the question is, will that Town Portal hit before they do? Yes indeed, it's going to hit, and the Blade Master immediately being Novid, a nice Impale hitting multiple Raiders, and can kill that Shadow Hunter with a coil as well. And they did get the Black Citadel, but it just wasn't enough, too little too late, and so there you have it. That's game 1. If you'd like to watch game 2, click right here, and we'll be going into that in just a second. I'll have to drink a little bit more water before that happens, though. Jeez. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed it. I know it's been a little while since I've done any 2v2 games, and so I saw this one. I was like, oh, this looks awesome. The series should be pretty good, and hopefully I'll be able to get it all up tonight, but that's probably not going to happen. I'll be honest. I'll probably have to finish it tomorrow. It's a fairly long, lengthy series. You know, I think this game is 20 minutes. I think the next game is 20 minutes, and I think the next game after that one's also 20 minutes. So that's an hour right there. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Hopefully I can. But like I said, so game 2, just click right there, and I'll see you guys there.